Deja vu from last Lake District video. Morning. Up in lakes, I've been twice before to do haystacks, and twice it's failed me. Or I failed it, whichever. It's not it's such a hard mountain you can't climb it. It's there. But every time I've come to do it, that's been the last one. So by the time I've got to it, it's like maybe not, bug out. So I'm going up here this way to the Bothy, cut back up onto Haystacks, then down up onto Brandreth, Grey Knots, down to Honister Pass. So I'll say that's the main target. I've got to screw that one out, otherwise it'll have defeated me 3 times, so I can't be having that. And the time is 6 o'clock, 10 past 6 now, or 6 o'clock when I set off. I'm just getting altitude as well, just so as I've got base mark. 135 metres I think at the moment. I think up there's 500 something. I've got them wrote down. I'll give you more accurate ones as I go along. I'm all waterproofed up at minute as well. It's supposed to be a little bit rainy. It did rain when I woke up about 5 o'clock, 5:15ish, but not too substantial. And I think hopefully that's pretty much it. It's supposed to be relatively okay for rest at day, so I'll gear it up just in case, and we'll see how we go basically. So yeah, you got fluid with pike up that side. That's the sort of just saddle between them. That's where I'll be heading up in a bit over there, and that's Haystacks. There's a stream crossing around here. There's 2 paths. There's one, I guess, is that one cutting up the side there, and then switches back up onto the top. I've got to come to this river crossing in a bit and take the right hand fork, and that takes me up that side, and there's a Bothy up there somewhere. I can't see it at the moment. Last time I came as well, I did 15 miles over Fleetwood Pike and Pillar and down, and I ran out of water sort of part way back. I still got about 4 or 5 miles. I'd done 1.5 litres of water and a flask of tea, and then unfortunately I saw somebody who got some spare, so he gave me a bottle just to get me back to the car with. So I've something I've been looking at for years but never really done anything with, because it doesn't sort of happen that often. But obviously pumping water is half the way to the bag, especially when you're doing these sort of missions. So I've gone for one of them water to go bottles, so that reduces the weight of the bag as a rule, because I've not got to ump the water. I can get it from any freshwater source. So I've got tap water in it at the moment, just to sort of set me off. I've just emptied half of it actually as I left the car. So the intention is I've got no choice but to use it. It's just that I'm not sure about this, but obviously that's what it's designed to do. But it's just that psychological, you know, first time using that you've got to overcome. Once I've used it, then I'll be fine. Yeah, so there you go. That's the stream water. I mean, it's coming straight off at mountain, so unless there's like dead sheep and stuff, a bit further upstream, then it's generally going to be fairly good to go, I think. But obviously this just sorts it out. Stick the filter back in and that's it, ready to go. See if I keel low now before, before I get back to the car. Dysentery away. Should be good, that's what it's designed to do. Tastes pretty good actually. Buttermere, Cromot Water just coming into view. We're at the start of the ascent now. So take me up there onto that saddle and then around up past a couple of tarns, up onto Haystacks and then back. Oop. Nearly too on him. Nearly a flat frog. Just saw him as I was putting my foot down. He lives to hop another day. Eventually the Bothy comes into view. Nobody home. Awesome. That's it then, bag off. Could have come up here and spent the night, I suppose. You never know if there's anybody else in it though, that's half the trick. I'm turning up here in 20 folking. That'd be a hell of a view to wake up to, really. Sun. It's all a bit epic, really. Right, Warnscale head body. Done. Get out without breaking out. There's a catch there. I'm currently doing 1 mile an hour. I've set off from just down at valley floor there, come up here, but I've done a lot of faffing. Obviously messing in body, put drone up for 20 minutes, faffing about in general on the way up. But I've done 2.18 miles in 2 hours 18 minutes. Find the path. Guess that's it. So yeah, come back to this cairn. I'll come up from this left hand side as we're looking at it. I've got to go right to Brandreth. But first, Haystacks. Black Beck tarn. Again, we're just in the cloud base. It's sort of clearing over there. Hopefully it's going to continue through. A little bit of rain falling at the minute. Just spits, but again it's got something in the cloud, I think, more than out. Cloud, cloud, cloud. Epic. See the sea. Innominate tarn. And that is Pillar. That's where I went last time. And that's Pillar Rock just coming out of the cloud, so it's got to be Pillar. Oh, people. First 2 people I've seen. So Haystack summit, I guess, is up there. I'll just get to somewhere flat and drop my bag. Just have a quick run up to it. And that'll be 597 metres. Something's not quite right with altitude. I've got it down as 597 on map, but I'm at 598 now, and so I've got to go up a little bit up these slippy rocks. Haystacks. So that's Ennerdale Valley, Ennerdale Forest, Pillar, Kirkfell, Great Gables over there, so Scarfell's behind that. I've got to go when I go back from here. So I've just like come up this to get to the summit. I'm going to backtrack the way I've come, just over onto that, into that bowl. That's Honister SLate mine, Fleetwith Pike. So my plan now, as I say, is drop off here, back where I've come, and then just going to go up basically onto just into the cloud over there is Brandreth. Then just shoulder across to Grey Knots, which is just coming out the thing. Then I've got to drop down. That puts me to Honister SLate mine, which is at the top of Honister Pass. What we're at now, we're at 603 according to GPS. It's only supposed to be 597. So. Great Gable just coming out of the clouds a little bit. Green Gable, I think it is. That's where I'm going. Brandreth. That's another 100 and something metres up, but it's just a plod up a grass bank looking at it from here. And just took the jumper off, so I'm down to t-shirts. It's Fleetwith Pike now. There's people on the summit and on the shoulder down below it. So yeah, so now down to t-shirt. So if it stays like this now for the rest of the day, it'd be good. No wind, or very little, minimal, and nice and, well, not necessarily sunny or over sunny, but not in the clouds or raining. So I'll take it if it stays like it is now. good to go. Just redone my water bottle as well. I've not finished it, but I'll get a go from one source and refresh it from another as I go along. So once I get confidence up weight as to there's no issues, then it won't be a problem. It'll save a lot of faffing in future. Makes all the difference when you can see. This was just a big lump when I came up. You couldn't see, all you could see what silhouette. So you couldn't gauge like what it were, where it were, how far it were. It just looked big. Now we've got visibility, it's not that bad. So I just got to go up here now. There's a cairn and that's going to cut me right. I think probably in between these maybe. Up there and then up there from this angle. I'll find out more when I get to cairn, but that's that looks something like what I'm expecting. Yeah, just round here a little bit, not too far, should be the cairn. Oh, sort of looking off in the distance, right, it's straight in front of me. So this one now, I'm going to cut up here. That's going to bring me to a fence line, which is where that path's going to cross me, and then I carry on up. I've got a little daft in here, great round how, which is quite a buttress as you came up towards it, but it looks like it's relatively easy going to summit out. I'll just get a coat looking at it, just let me bag down there, make it a bit easier because I've got to go back that way. But, just see if I can top it out. Okay, and over there, so one imagines that's it. And back up to the height of Haystacks. Haystack summit, supposed to be 597. I read it at 603 on GPS. I'm 598 now. I had to come back down to about 525, and now I'm back up to 600. And I've got to go up. This one's that corner, coming into view in a minute. Up another 115 metres to get to Brandreth. I've just gone off path a little bit intentionally. I'm heading for that, which is Brandreth, but there's not really a path up there. It's quite squishy in places, so I've going on this path, which is going to bring me up onto the shoulder basically, and then just more or less level over to it is the plan. Still got to get there. I've added a little bit of distance and a gradual ascent rather than a more severe ascent is the plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might be about 5 miles in. Maybe 6:07 in 5 hours 14 minutes. Great Gable. Been pretty much in the cloud most morning. I could have come up that fence line. That was like the original plan, which I probably hindsight been a wonderful thing, should have done. Brandreth summit up there, I guess, but am I on the wrong side of the fence? Well, I am. Is there a stile? You would imagine there is. Not a stile, but a gate. Da, da, da. Brandreth, 719 metres. Now head back to that gate along the fence line just up to where they are. That's Great Knots, so that's only a little into that one. I'll have my dinner at Great Knots, then drop down to top of Honister and the SLate mine, and then wait up from there. And I'm just keeling over to Great Knots summit, just to tap the cairn, I guess. Be rude not to. And I've got to descend about 300 odd metres. Great Gable just coming out of the mist again. Brandreth, where I've just been. Pillar. Cake Fell. Haystacks, this morning's mission, just killing up top of there, quite low relative to us, about another 100 odd metres. And then Red Pike, Red Style, High Style. Just saying, oh God, do a nice try and find the path out, but I think I'll just walk straight into it. Loads of these little rock outcrops, so it's sort of hard to detect where exactly we should be going, but it looks like I've just walked bang on. At 691 metres at the minute. It's downhill now for a little while. I'll drop about 300 metres, I think, in about half a mile. So I dare say there's some steep descent coming up, or going down as it turned out. Yeah, there you go. Up there is Honister SLate mine. So that's the top of Honister Pass. About done with the descent, or the descent off Great Knot anyway. The GoPro, as it flattens the hill, I'm sort of trying to stand vertical like that. I don't know if it really shows up. Yeah, via Ferrata up there, so they all hang off at side of cliff and Burma bridges and all sorts of things. It's quite a cool afternoon out. I did it about 5-6 years ago. I have to come and do it again. Pretty good. Fleet with Pike, Honister Pass, Dalehead, Gatescarth, Robinson. Well, I can nearly see a car from here. It's just in that tree. Wooded copse thing there. Car park's literally the other side of it. So what? Half a mile. Unfortunate. Just diverted off at road. Just sit on that rock and fly drone. There's a cross up there, which is a memorial for, I think, a nun. So just put drone up to it. and there's a plaque there, but whether I got close enough and focused enough to read it is another thing. But yeah, I dropped my hat as well, which I didn't realise when I went up to that to fly just then. It's only because I came back same way, otherwise I'd have not noticed it had gone. But I can see car from here. A bit busier now than it were when I came last night, only me. But there we was back.